new record highs and some grocery stores announcing price hikes in the new year. What are the companies and stocks best positioned to handle the rising prices? Sandra Smith has the details with today's trade. Sandra.
All right, Cheryl. Well, we've been talking about these rising rising food prices for quite some time. But now we're seeing those food prices reach a level never seen before. You got to take a look at this chart. It really says it all. If you look at the orange line here, this is the UN Food and Agricultural Organization put this out this morning. That orange line represents food prices in 2010, skyrocketing, in fact, up for a 6th straight month. As you can see, far exceeding previous year food prices and, Cheryl, a dramatic turnaround from those prices that we saw back in 2008 when food prices actually fell. Now, you ask who directly benefits from that? Well, it takes some time before the food companies are willing to pass along those higher prices. But take a look at General Mills, for example. They raised cereal prices back in November. They've already said that they're raising prices again in the beginning of 2011. I could go down the line. ConAgra Foods, that makes your healthy choice meals, your Chef Boyardee cans of food. They're raising prices. So you can see that these stocks are benefiting from the fact that they can raise prices, pass them on to the consumer. What comes into question, Cheryl, is the grocery store chains, because if they have to raise prices because the food companies are raising prices and the input costs are going up, that can cut into their bottom line. So Wall Street analysts have been really hard on these stocks lately. In fact, a lot of them receiving downgrades yesterday. Safeway, for example, getting a big downgrade. There's concern, Cheryl, that consumers, still very frugal in this environment, aren't willing to pay those higher prices. That's why we're seeing some of those smaller packages, but still the same price that we were paying for cheese and cereal. So there's a lot of things that the food companies are trying to do, but whether or not the consumer is willing to pay is going to be called into question.
Well, Sandra, what's been the biggest driver of higher food prices over the last year?
Certainly it's been grain prices. Sugar prices have been a big leader for the past several years. Sugar prices have been going up, and that goes really into so many things. Just think about soda and how much we consume in this country, let alone in other parts of the world. That certainly raises food prices, but you get down to the necessities and you look at corn prices, soybean prices. Historically, Cheryl, we're at a couple-year highs for the grain prices. Soybeans, beans in the teens. I mean, these are high prices. That raises the price of bread and cereal, and that's really the one that's hurting not just the U.S. right now, but globally they're feeling the pain of these higher prices.
And everyone's going to feel it. Sandra Smith, thank you very much.
Are you ready? Do you have what it takes to not only survive hard times, but also thrive in them? In times like these, the most valuable currency we have is food and food reserves. It is more precious than gold, oil, and cash. Food is our greatest dependency, because when you're hungry, nothing else matters. You know it, and I know it. You can't control earthquakes, floods, or the real estate meltdown. But if you have food, you have personal solutions to how these things affect you. Register right here, right now, and order your 6 free meals so you can truly discover what the currency of the future and your freedom taste like.